So what is a foreign key? A foreign key is a column or group of columns in a table that points to the primary key or a unique key in another table. It enforces data consistency and preventing orphan rows. So suppose this is our employee table and this is our department table, and here employee ID is the primary key in employee table and department ID is primary key in department table. Therefore, we can create a department ID as a foreign key in employee table. So in this way it is dependent on the department table, this department ID in the employee ID. So let's do some hands-on and see how can we create foreign key and ways to create foreign key. Okay. So to start hands-on with foreign keys, let's create few tables. Okay, so first we'll create a department table. I have already written a query for that, so that I no need to write it again. So if I execute it, so this table has got created. Now see here, I will write this particular line. This constraint fk means foreign key. This one dpt underscore emp, and foreign key dpt references department. Okay, foreign key. So here is the foreign key, this one, and it referencing the department ID of department table. Okay, now we'll create it. Okay, so let's insert some data into that. So data got inserted. Now we'll see. So we have seen the department ID and department name and active, whether they are active or not, had got inserted. Okay, fine. So why it has started with 101, the auto increment I have set to 101. However, the employee will start with 1. Now let's insert some data here as well in the employees table. Okay, fine. Now let us see something here. So all the department IDs are here. Fine. Now what I will do, I will try to delete this department ID from this department table. Okay, now see. So we got an error. What is the error? Here if you see, cannot delete or update a parent row, a foreign key constraint. Let me copy it here so that you can see it properly. Copy row and see, cannot delete or update a parent row, foreign key constraint fails. Okay, fk dpt emp foreign key is on department ID, dpt ID referencing department table, department ID. So that's the reason it failed. So it's restricting the delete from the parent table as it has reference to another table. Okay, as it has reference to employees table. Okay, so there is another way to create foreign key that will not restrict, but that will have a cascading effect that I will show you next. So to start with the cascading effect, let me let me drop this employee table. Okay, so it will be a bit easier so that I can show you from scratch. So drop table, employees. Okay, I'm not dropping this department. Okay, now here you have to write just this one, on delete cascade and on update cascade. All right, now if we run this, okay, so let's insert data in the employees table. I have already script ready here. Okay, so now this time we will now we'll see the. So suppose this time we will delete employee ID. Suppose department ID. Suppose 106. Okay. So let us see where ID. How many rows are there? Okay, so there are 2 rows with 106 department ID. Now, if we delete it, see what is going to happen. So it has got deleted without any issue. So what will happen is it will also delete the rows that are with department ID in the employees table as well. See, if we run it, now there is no record with department ID 106 and there is no row in the department table as well with department ID 106. See, there is no 106 here as well, and we have already seen there is no department ID with 106 in the employees table. Okay. So this is one way to create a foreign key. Okay, so I will show one more way to create a foreign key. The first one that I have shown was the restrict mode. That is the default mode actually. Okay, so there is one other mode that I will show you. Okay, so this mode is called set null mode. So what we need to do here, just we have to remove this cascade and put it as set null. Okay, and just remove this as well. So to show this, let me start from the scratch. For this I will drop both the tables, both the employee table and the department table as well. Okay. Okay, first I have to delete this. Okay, then I have to drop that. Okay, so you already got the error, right? There is the foreign key constraint. Then I have to drop this. Okay, so now both have got dropped. So let's start with department table. Okay, then we create. Now similarly we will insert data. And data here as well. Okay, now we'll see the records in 106. Okay, now if we delete, so it has got deleted. Okay, now if we see here, there is no record. However, if you run only select star from employees, okay, then you will see here a null value is there, another null value. So it has updated the department ID with null. So this is called set null. Okay, so these are the 3 modes. One is restrict mode and another is cascade, and this is set null. Okay, so I think these 3 modes are clear to you. Okay, so next I will show you how to alter a table to add foreign keys. Alright, so suppose we haven't added a foreign key in a table, okay, while creating it. So we can add it in this way. Okay, so I already created this department table. Okay, and now I am going to create this employee table. Alright, so the employee table has got created, and let me insert some values here. Okay, in the department table as well. So see, you can see here the department ID column is present here. However, there is no foreign key constraint has been added. So to do that we have to write this query. So we need to alter the employee table, and then we need to add the this foreign key constraint the similar way that we have done while creating the table. Just we need to add the alter table here, and now we'll run it. Now see, this constraint has got created. Okay. Now let us insert some value in the employees table. Sorry. So this thing has got created. Okay, we have inserted the records. Now we'll see here. Now we are going to delete. Now we got the error. Okay. So in this case, I have done the restricted mode, that is the default mode. Okay, you can add here like on delete cascade or on delete set null, whatever you want, that we have already seen while creating the table. Okay, fine. So I hope you like this video. Okay, so next I will discuss some interview questions on foreign keys. So please stay tuned. Okay, so let's go through some of the important interview questions. Let's start with the junior level. So what is a foreign key and why do we use it? A foreign key is a column or a group of columns in one table that points to the primary key or a unique key in another table. We use it to enforce referential integrity, ensuring that the relationship between tables remain consistent and preventing orphaned records, that we have already seen while at the beginning of the video. Okay, what happens by default if you try to delete a parent row that has matching child rows? See, we have already seen it. By default, MySQL by default on delete restrict or no action, the database will block the deletion and throw an error 1541, protecting the child data from becoming orphaned. Okay, that we have already seen in our example. Now, can a foreign key column contain null values? Yes, it can contain, unless explicitly defined as not null. A foreign key column can accept null values. A null value simply means the relationship is optional or unknown for that specific record. Alright. So now let's move to some mid-level and practical applications. Okay. So what is the difference between cascade and set null on delete constraint? That we have already seen. Okay, so cascade deletes the matching row in the child table automatically when the parent row is deleted, and set null keeps the child rows but updates the foreign key column values to null. Okay. Why might a create table statement with the foreign key fail even if the syntax is perfect? See, in this case, the most common reason, that is the data type mismatch. Okay, and missing indexes, and next the storage engine. Okay. Now, how do you safely drop or truncate a table that is heavily bound by foreign key constraint during data migration? In this case, we need to run a few commands. Okay, the commands are set foreign key check equals to null and perform that this truncate or mass delete, and then set foreign key checks equals to 1. Okay, so we have to check put it as foreign key checks equals to 0. Then after performing the this thing, our truncate or mass delete, we should set it to 1 again. Now let's go to some senior level architecture and performance. So does MySQL automatically index foreign keys? Why is this important? See, yes, it does. If you don't manually create an index on foreign key column in the child table, MySQL will automatically create one. This is critical for performance because operation like on delete, cascade or restrict requires fast lookup in the child table to check for dependencies whenever a parent row changes. Okay, so this is the reason it automatically creates. Okay, so what are performance and architectural downside for relying heavily on database level on delete cascade? Now see, performance hidden cost. A single delete or parent table can trigger a massive invisible chain reactions or deletes across multiple child tables. This locks rows, increases transaction times, and can severely degrade performance on high throughput databases. Okay, and there is a lack of visibility as well. So application logic loses track of what data is being destroyed, making logging, auditing, and soft delete features harder to implement. Okay. So this is the architectural downside, or heavy relying on delete cascade. So can a table have a foreign key that references itself? What is this design pattern called? Okay. Yes, this is possible. This is called self-referencing foreign key or recursive relationship. It is commonly used to model hierarchical data structure within a single table, such as an employees table, where a manager ID foreign key references to the ID, that is the primary key, of another employee in the same table. Okay, in this way we can do the reference itself, that is the self-reference. Okay. Okay, then I hope you like this interview. It will interview questions, so it will help in your interviews as well. Okay, thank you very much for watching my video. Bye bye.